Now that we're done with the widget version of the website agent, we can move on to the full width version. Now, the full width version that you see right over here shines when it's trained on your website's knowledge, and it can turn visitors into leads or customers depending on what stage they arrive at. The beautiful thing about it is that it doesn't require an email or identity declaration to work with. Someone can just come here and start to chat with it. They don't need to give their name, phone number, email. And it's friendly for the users because they can just start to get to know your website or services or products without having to navigate it. The modern day demand is conversational commerce, which means as a customer or as a lead or as a prospect, I'd rather ask a few questions and get the information I want than being forced to scan through your entire website, read page after page, only to find an answer to the critical question that's going through my head, right? It should be easy to find what I'm looking for without navigating pages. And in general, there's this downward trend of UI based applications and an upward trend of conversational applications because people just want to get to know what they want to know, and just move on with their life, right? And this is exactly what this user experience is built for. It's got a streaming response format, which means as the AI is responding, people will be able to see the response. So the user experience is just as good as the official chat GPT. So that really helps amplify your website, and you can put it anywhere on your website, any page, wherever you like. And so for that, what you want to do is I will share the link or all the details in the blog. If they're not there, I'll share a GitHub link. You don't have to look into the full repository for now. For now, we'll just do the bare bones and the basic steps. And this is assuming that you already have a website and you just want to add it to your website, right? So first, what you want to do is you want to go into this place called OpenAI Platform Domain Allow List. Now, you want to, when you go here, just make sure, let me just open this in a new tab, that you are logged in to the account where you made your OpenAI API key earlier, right? And here you want to add your domain. In my case, the domain is necrm2aiagent.com. It's very important that you don't do a www dot domain or HTTPS domain, just like your plain host name, plain root domain. Just do that. Press generate key and copy over this key. Next thing you want to do is go into your Second Brain OS profile over here and click on add domain. And you want to type in your website. In my case, it's necrm2aiagent.com. And then you want to paste your domain key and press save. This will take a moment because, of course, there's a lot of security in the process, encrypting and making sure that everything happens smoothly. So that's why it takes a tiny bit longer to save any important or sensitive credentials through the Second Brain OS. And so that is done. It's saved. Now you can move on to adding the ChatKit component to your website. Now, in order to add it, what you need to do is do two things. One is load the ChatKit UI, and load the ChatKit library. And to load that ChatKit library, what you want to do is go into your website and go into a place or the index.html, like which works across all pages ideally, and you want to add it to the head of your website. In my case, I've added it to the head over here, and you just paste it and you save the head, right? And then to the specific section on your website where you want to add it, you need to find that. In my case, this is the second section on the home page that I want to add it to and display it on. And for that, you want to copy over this second bit of code. And then you want to go there now. In my case, the second section of my website, I have kind of like, how should I say, componentize them so that it's easier for me to navigate each section without disturbing the other. So if I make a change to section number 2 over here, or the second section over here, then this one isn't affected. That's how I've organized my website. And yours might be different, and that's perfectly fine. The process is the same nonetheless. So I'm going to go here, and I want to add it after the feature cards, the ones that are to do with, we offer these channels, we offer website, voice, WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger, whatever, right? And so I'm going to add it after that. And in my case, it's over here. I have a left-right column format, which is left, I have the full width chat experience. And on the right, I have calendar, Google Calendar, so that people, when they're demoing this agent, they can see the booking happening in real time. That's the purpose of it. So I've already done that organization here. And once you paste, you will be in a format like this, where let me just actually paste it so that we can navigate it together. Uh, and we just paste it, and let me just press Option Shift F to get good formatting done. And ignore the red for now. That's the red is happening because I've already added the component up there. So just ignore the red. There's no mistake. I'll remove that once I'm explaining to you. Important thing to do here is this const domain key, and you want to replace this with the domain key that you just got from OpenAI. And that one is over here, the one that you also pasted and entered with your domain name into the second brainOS. These need to match. And so you need to paste it here and then you can save, right? In my case, and I will just update the domain key to the latest one that I generated from OpenAI. You can open the script and I am just going to erase this, paste this, save, command J, git add, git commit, and updated public domain key from OpenAI and git push. And this will push it to the live version of my website. It takes approximately 30-ish seconds from my end to go to the cloud and then for it to become live on the website. And after it becomes live on the website, I'm just going to hit refresh. I'm going to say, hello, are you there? And immediately, or almost immediately, you'll see that the streaming response comes through. Hi, welcome to an ECRM demo. What kind of business would you like to be, et cetera, et cetera. Lawyers are on the team. Yeah, the same consistent one. How much does he charge for a 45-minute consult? And says charges 250 for a consult. Are the booking tools actually available to you today or not? And so you can see the user experience is really, really smooth, much better than the one, the chat widget over here. Not to say that that one is bad, that one's pretty good too. This one, however, is significantly better. Much better for a consulting website, a law firm, financial advisory, any service business with complexity, coaches, consultants, people selling digital products and services like courses, automations, templates, whatever, service based agencies like social media marketing. Really, really good for it. As a customer, if I come here and I'm just answered everything, I'm so much more willing to become sorry, as a lead, if I come here, I'm so much more willing to, become comfortable and actually buy from that business, right? Now, important thing, and I want to clear this confusion, is that this one doesn't take the user's identity in order to chat, but you can add a tool here, and that tool will become part of, this AI agent through which when it can take the user's email and phone number and create a lead in your system for you, right? Now, we'll cover this later because I recommend Calendly because the good thing is what it will be able to do is it will be able to pull in real time your availability from the calendar and book meetings with the prospect based on when they're available and you're available, get their name, email, and possibly their phone if you want that too, and then create that as a lead inside the second brainOS CRM and also in your Google Calendar and also in Calendly. We'll touch more on that in detail. But the good thing is it doesn't upfront require an email to work. It doesn't upfront require a phone number to work. So upfront, a user can anonymously converse with it when they're happy, when they have all their answers, and then it can get their identity, right? Now, the only bit about it that I should tell you about is because of the anonymity bit, because it doesn't require someone's email or phone or identity to start working with, the conversations that happen in the full with chat experience are not synced back to the second brain OS CRM platform. Again, the conversations that happen over here are not synced back to the second brain OS CRM platform. And that's also good for you because if these were syncing back, there would also be a lot more junk over here. And let me tell you a bit more about junk. People who message you on Instagram and WhatsApp are likely to be a little more serious. People who just land on your website without going through social media or just land there, um, usually they are just like, how should I say, poking around, trying to have fun, trying to explore. Their seriousness is questionable, right? And someone who uses the chat widget typically is serious because, well, debatable, but can be made serious if you make the chat widget appear on pages within your website as opposed to the homepage. So my general business recommendation from a lot of experience, to be honest, is never put the chat widget on your home page, put it on any page that is not your home page, right? And the other thing is keep the full widget chat experience on your home. So that way, serious users always have to declare their identity and they will be willing to do so because they're serious. Non serious users who can go in any direction can always just chat with your AI agent first and then later on declare identity.